Hello. In this tutorial we are going to take a quick look at creating feathered masks in Blender's Compositor, which turned out to be a little bit tricky, but I think we have it tackled. Let's start by going to the Compositor window, and I'm gonna click Use Nodes, and I could do this for something that I render in Blender, but in this case my need is actually to mask out a piece of stock footage, so I won't be needing this render layer, so I'm gonna delete that. And instead I'm gonna hit Shift A, and I'm going to add a input, and I'm gonna choose movie clip. And then I'm gonna open up my movie clip. This is from the Video Copilot Action Essentials pack, which I'm using every now and then. And just to show you what we have here, let me add a output viewer node in here, and I'm gonna connect my image into that, and then if I scrub the timeline here, we can see that we have this smoke charge. Now let me also zoom out a little bit here, backdrop, zoom out, so that we can see the entire frame, and we can see that it's kind of getting cut out here, and that's a problem because in the game that I'm using this, I kind of need to have the whole thing visible, so it can't get cut out like this. So the answer is, or the solution is, to draw a feathered mask around this. Now usually I've been doing this in After Effects, but I only have After Effects on a couple of machines, and I have Blender on all of my computers, no matter if they are Linux or Mac or PC. So I'm trying to learn to do more stuff in Blender, because then I can just always use it. So to do this masking job in Blender, we can basically change one of these windows. Maybe I'll change this window here. We can change this to an image editor, and then we can change the image editor type to mask. And then I can either open up this image in here, or I can go here and I can also take the output from the viewer node, which in this case is kind of handy. So I'm just gonna take that. I need to click new here first, so I'm gonna create my new mask. Let's call this smoke mask, and now I'm going to hold down Control, and I'm going to click these little points. Now drawing the mask is a bit weird, I have to say, when you're used to like Photoshop, so I'm not sure how these tangents really work. They seem to be like different from from Photoshop, the way these operate. I want to do a round segment, so what if I control click here and hold down? That allows me to bend it at least a little bit. But then I'm gonna click here, I'm holding down Control again here, then I'm gonna click here, holding down Control, and finally I'm just gonna right click and I'm gonna choose toggle cyclic, so it's gonna close it up. And this handle I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna choose the handle type to be, I guess, aligned, so it's gonna be more smooth. Okay, so that's around this shape. Let me just tweak it a little bit here, and then let's get to the feathering, which was the really confusing part here. But first, maybe let's view the mask here in the Compositor, so that we can kind of see better what we are doing and what the problem is. So I'm gonna hit Shift A, and I'm gonna go to Input, and let's input a mask in here. And then I'm just gonna connect this mask directly to the viewer, just so we can see what we are currently getting from the mask. And then I need to select the mask from here, and I think we should start to, yeah, sometimes you need to like unplug something and plug it back to somehow refresh it, but now we're seeing the mask here. And this was the confusing part for me, that if I choose these points with A here in the mask window, and then if I do like they say in the manual, hit Alt S to add some feathering, Alt S, and then I kind of move this kind of feather thing around here, well, we don't see any feather. So, you know, I was confused for a while, like, is this thing even working? But here's the thing, you need to reverse the direction of it so that the feather goes on the outside. So I need to go to Mask, and then I need to say Switch Direction. And now you can see that we start to see the feather in here. Now if I tweak these handles further, you know, the further I take a handle, the more there's going to be this feathered edge there. So now I'm getting a nice feather, and it's also showing up. I'm going to scale the whole thing smaller with S. And now let me just finish up this node setup here so that we can see our result. So I'm gonna take my movie clip, and I actually need like green smoke, so I'm gonna do a quick color adjustment here. I'm gonna do RGB curves, and I'm gonna take down the blue and the red, and we're not seeing the results because this is not at the moment plugged into the viewer. So let's plug it into the viewer, and I'm gonna just I'm gonna take down the other color channels, and then I'm going to give the green channel a bit of a boost. And now I want to mask this using the mask. So I have my mask here, and I'm simply going to use a set alpha node here. So let's go to color set alpha, and we want to take the image and put it into the image slot, and then we want to take the mask and we want to put it into the alpha slot. And now I can simply plug this into the image, and this can go to the viewer image. And now we can see that we have a nice feathered edge for this mask. That's how easy it is to use feathered masks in Blender. Now it's just all that is left is to render this thing out. So I'm just gonna do a quick render for this by going to render animation. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching, and see you next time on fastertutorials.com.